Hello, folks. I'm the Red Red. This is Hollywood Animal, and last we left off, the mayoral race ended in Fred Carpenter's favor. Richard Stripes, the district attorney who was running against him, only got 22% of the vote. Fred Carpenter got 78. I'm guessing that's of the total people of everyone who voted. Those numbers work out. Yeah, I think so. So, you know, that's actually kind of in our favor. Fred's no longer the points we have with him are all still worth stuff. And we'll get around to putting his daughter back into a movie some point down the line, right? In any case, we were also just waiting. High quality props and sets. Not what we were waiting on, but I'm glad to see them nonetheless. High quality locations, 90 days. Amazing quality sets. Up to 100 extras. I'm only going to do 500 days, and I'm not going to put money on this. Yeah, let's say... Let's spend 200,000. I can't not put anything on it. Oh, we also have a building to build here. The water tower. This should save us money, right? In theory. Let's drop it down here. It'll be a couple months till it's built. The Amber Tier is ready to go into post. This was not our better movie being produced right now. And we don't need to throw a rap party. No one's upset. We can give this to Emma. Last married fellow on Earth. We're not gonna throw that back in. We got an ambush story element. You're a detective. Detective drama. I'm gonna say go look for more story elements. Dab. This is a terrible script. And it's got a killer toaster. We're gonna trash this. It's literally too bad for even us. I'm gonna go ahead and say finish. We've got romance, historical romance, drama, the Ambrosio. Why don't you do that idea? Well, Felix, write us another figure out another idea for a movie, for elements of a movie. Pavel the Conqueror. This is a pretty good movie. A pretty good it's going to be limited to 5-star, so no reason to send it to the script doctor. Let's shelve it. Actually, well, we've got plenty of movies through post right now. Peter Hodges in The Smell of Metal, end distribution on Stolen Hearts. Anthony Campbell, also known for Shootouts. Stolen Hearts. Is it me forgetting to increase the number of screens it's going on really bothering me? Greatest vice of modern cinemas, service to the whims of authorities. This is a B on the Kino mark. Everett Shaw maxed out, which is our producer. This movie's locked in. If I go to finances here, I'm gonna take this loan. And we're gonna put another movie into production. Night of Magic. Are we gonna put 2 into production? We only have 1 soundstage. So Homer, you're gonna do this. I mean, did we get a recent bonus? To shooting on location. This is actually probably a bad movie to do. I mean, it's a fantasy kingdom. It's going to cost a lot to produce. Let's trash that for now and go with something a little easier. Borrowed Murderer. There's a bunch of men required for this. Actually, the last married fellow on Earth requires a bunch of men too. Pavel the Conqueror. It's a Wild West. It's 5 stars. This is actually going to be the one we do. Soundstage. I'm gonna shoot it entirely on the soundstage. Unless any of these are real easy. Couple of things on location. Actually, some high quality costumes and props. Nice. That's what we unlocked that I was remembering. For our producer... Okay, director, Ernest, Daring Adventurer... Square Enforcer, Charlie, you're the only guy up for the role. Patsy, we want to give you... Okay, producer... Carl, I'll give it to you. And... I'm gonna give Daring Adventure... Alma... We're gonna start this. Although, honestly... I feel like Pavel the Conqueror is a terrible name for this movie. And it's a romance without a romantic lead, although themes of winning the beloved. Sleeve. Is that how you pronounce sleeve? Is that how you spell sleeve? How am I gonna spell it? I don't know if I spelled that correctly. I'm terrible at spelling. Real weakness of mine. As we release these movies, this one's capped at 5, so you're not getting anything. Hopeless Romantic, there's Corrupt Official Guy. We're gonna shelve this for a moment. Are you gonna repeat your training? Yeah, Homer, repeat your training. Oh, almost missed this. The director wants to film the bank robbery in a single take. The cameraman would have to carry the camera on his shoulder for most of the scene, although the equipment with all the trimmings weighs over 130 pounds. We can either tank Cornelius's loyalty even more, but we're gonna raise the film's artistic appeal. Or tank the loyalty of the director. I'm gonna tank the loyalty of the cameraman. I'm sorry, Cornelius, but it's not actually going to affect your loyalty. So you should have been more upset at us. That was the lesson. Like us less. Kenneth, we hired you to direct one movie, right? Because you're gonna want 100,000. I gave you insurance. I'm gonna say sorry, Kenneth. You're good, but we're gonna... Well... How much if I said 3 movies? I'll give you insurance. But I can give you some extra gifts. Well, 3 years will cost us... As a director, you're 7 stars. And the thing you're directing in Search for the Silver Dagger is it's just gone through production. Ugh. Sure, okay. Some other actor, or some other director that we don't think is as quality as you is going to probably get fired because of this. But okay, Sherry Casket. Let me go. Corrupt Official is the antagonist. The Flat Bottom's the only other thing that we're worried about putting this up against, and that does not it's Flat Bottom's not going to... The antagonist is not the same antagonist, so therefore we can know that Sherry Casket could release. Main, you're not a romance movie, right? Adventure drama, you're not slated for coming out on Valentine's Day, was the question I had. No, so Sherry Casket, might as well be you. Let's get all the theaters. I'm going to say, let me pause this and go, The Smell of Metal. Your attendance was 100% at 14,000 screenings. And you were 6 stars. So, say 15,000. That's 75 and then 25 and then Irvine, you're gonna do that for us. Organize everything again. I'm gonna go 4 weeks after. I mashed the button, so I didn't get the correct date to start with, but 5 weeks before. Advertising. Young men, not girls. Young men. You are also otherwise, what? Historical, you're a thriller. So I'm gonna otherwise say maybe older groups too. Let's put the newspapers, the billboards, and young intellectuals. Apply here. Screenings. I'm gonna double check because I've kept screwing this up. That's 15,000, which is what I'm aiming for right now. And searching for the silver is going to go to our secondary team. We have our primary editing team already working. Are you really going to our secondary? No, there's no way I can give you to our secondary team. This is... I mean... Okay. Rap Party would actually be helpful here for loyalty. Costs 100,000, but we gotta eat it at some point. We have $1 million loan out too. I'm wondering if we're not headed towards bankruptcy. Yeah, I'm not giving this to our secondary team. It's too good of a movie. At 7.3 stars. And we've got plenty of movies ready to come out. Okay, we're gonna set up distribution for The Smell of Metal. I'm gonna accept this. We've paid for it already. If we go to finances, payment due. So we're just gonna hold all of our money right now. Assuming, well, other than the fact that we're gonna put another movie into production here, I'm gonna check our actors. Peter Holland is good. We've got plenty of men ready. So let's start another project. And Borrowed Murderer. Cinematographer, we've got a soundstage for you. You prefer the soundstage. Actually, because you prefer the soundstage, instead what I'm going to do is go... start project The Last Merry Fellow on Earth. Cornelius. Because this has to sit entirely on a soundstage. I mean, yeah, we're not gonna get level 3 sound stages for quite a while. And by the time we do, I hope that we will have better stuff anyways, better scripts anyways. Producer... I'm gonna say Peter. Director can be Kenneth, or maybe Cornelius. We just rehired you. We need a knight. We need a love interest. Joanne, you can be the love interest. The knight can be Oscar. We need a rival and a bandit. Younger rival, older bandit. Let's stamp this. Start project. Water tower is being built. And Diane Hubbard, our HR executive, just passed away. Age of 42. Serious illness. Sorry to hear that. Just came out of the blue, too. Was not expecting that. Well, she needs to be replaced. We're gonna shelve this script. HR. We don't want someone this expensive. We want someone with some level. Your seniority, you're good for your price. Bert. I mean, if I said the cheapest, Jesse, You're a third of the cost of Bert. You don't have as much seniority, but you also like us more, just like personally. If I said gave you a watch, and I'm gonna check medical insurance. We're currently only paying $16,000 a month. If we were to throw a corporate party, get everyone's $300,000. We're not gonna do that. Art on your got a whole star. I wasn't expecting the sudden death, which is what's thrown me. If we go continue, we start production. Put security on the job. Reduced our costs just a little bit. If I gave you a second unit, you wouldn't actually shoot that much faster. Water towers built. Utility costs. Our water tower pays for our water. Joe Duval monument costs no water to upkeep. Should just be one to wash it. But landscaping's fine. We spend nearly $10,000 a month in landscaping. But we're not going to change any of that. Why do you have... Oh, we can do up to 3 water towers. So, the amber tier is done in post. I feel like there's a sudden melancholy shift in the music, too. I don't know if that's deliberate because of the PR director's death, or if it's just what music happens to be playing right now, but... So this movie, the Amber Tier Wild West Romance... So, women-driven movie. I'm gonna say this amber on the film itself. And again, 4 months or 4 weeks after. I'm gonna say, okay, let's let this sit here. And need to remember, this needed to go into post. Headquarters has completed reputation with loyalty. If the staff average loyalty, owning the initiative, submit initiatives for consideration by the FSA without spending influence. Double reputation for idols. Double reputation for icons. Double reputation for loyalty. Generate IP or reputation instead of researching improvements. Donate to charity for reputation. I'm gonna take this. We already got a movie into the top 3 on repeat. This is probably a movie that's going to go to our secondary team. Yeah. Pete's about to become 9 stars. You don't need a rap party. I'm gonna... Have we never given you a gift? What about you? Start post. Gifts. Let's say spend 3 months. Sorry, let's get 6 of these. 3 months for, again, 3 cigars, boxes of cigars, and the whiskey's gonna take a couple of months. Nothing's gonna take 3 months. 3 months buying gifts would be ridiculous. Protesters gathered at the gates of the White House at the release of the film Bloody Sunday, sequel to the controversial hit Bloody Saturday, that demanded censorship of the theaters. The protest ended in clashes with the police. Bloody Saturday is a western about 2 murderers, deviants who kidnap and torture women in the American frontier and always get away unpunished. The chairman of the Society of Morals and Ethics, Jane Gringley, also criticized the government, as she told City Lights, "The film clearly has the backing of someone in the establishment. It's their way of teaching Americans to think we can be killed, robbed and raped, and no one will ever do anything about it. But rest assured, we will ensure that films like that are never shown in theaters again." Howard Globe, you're an actor we hired to do... We need, like, I'm sorry, right now we're getting a lot of movies that are just men. So, even if you're saying $250,000, we're gonna pay it. No words needed. This was the film that... Oh, man, this was the film that you were acting in. That's why your contract's up, because you were only hired for the 1 film initially. And yeah, this is also going to our primary team. Albert Schultz, maxed out. Continue. We're gonna say start post-production, but we're not actually gonna start post-production. Instead, we're gonna start pre-production on another film here. Something real good. The Metallic Scream. So, during an adventure on a tropical island, there's a tribal chief and a love interest. Male daring adventure, male love interest. There's a love triangle. Avenging the loved ones. Oh, well. Bury your gaze. If you don't know what I mean by that, it's a trope. It's a name of a trope. These are gonna be better. on sound stages. Okay, this is a good film. This is high quality. Jasper, are you really our best? I mean, you actually are. You are a Pulitzer Award winner. Filming technology, the Hespro, the Sonotone. Jack, I mean, we literally don't have anyone as good as you, even of people who are even of people who are already hired. Jack, you are our best guy here. Howard Globe, is that who we want to play the tribal chief? Alright, I'm gonna say best person. You're a superstar, along with Pete Hodges here. I want to say, yeah, you're gonna like the extra watch. We're gonna stamp this. No one objected. Let's keep going. Flat bottom. The smell of metal is going to end distribution. Send to archive. Producer, Everett Shaw, my contract's up. I don't think much of your studio. Statue of No Liberty, Amnesia, the smell of metal. I mean, we haven't used you very much. And we now have multiple producers. Undisciplined, but a perfectionist. Your loyalty's real bad. Which is the reason I'm considering cutting you. And in fact, I will. Coleman Graves. I'll be honest, I spent my childhood reading books, and I always looked at movies with a bit of disdain. But when your words are transformed into something that real people act out on the big screen, well, I still need to take it all in. I guess I'm not a great writer yet, because I can't express how grateful I am to you. If you want me to review any of your scripts, just let me know. And believe me, if I ever achieve anything resembling success, I won't forget about what you did for me. No problem, kid. I hope you have a great future. We can now write ambitious women. And social rejection. And from small town to big time. All the elements of this movie that we were... Yes, ending with the dreams being crushed. Reality turns out cruel and inexorable. The protagonist's dreams were never destined to come true, but did their desperate attempts perhaps pave the way for future dreamers? Yeah, all the elements of that movie that we couldn't do before. Also, I'm realizing I keep forgetting to put our script writers into writing more scripts. Historical, I mean, Terry, you're a historical writer. And then a thriller with a wayward soul. That'll be you, Boone. And then Joe, go ahead, get us another idea. And we need more things to create trash elements. New protests sparked by the film Bloody Sunday have broken out in Montgomery, Alabama. Dozens gathered to burn down a downtown movie theater, then started smashing the windows of nearby stores. As police fought their way through the smoke-filled streets, respected Montgomery native Joe Green stepped in. A social activist known for his stance against the immorality and violence that Hollywood is breeding, Green was able to end the riots in under a minute. If we burn down these movie theaters, they'll build 10 more in its place. Believe me, brothers and sisters, that is not the answer. They have felt our wrath. Now let them hear our words. Decisive but thoughtful. Harsh but clear. USA Post reporter Lars Krimke, who was covering the riots, wrote that Green had the crowd practically hypnotized. Till that moment, it seemed like the riots would keep escalating till the whole of America burned, but Joe Green's speech offered hope for reconciliation. If anyone can mediate the divide between society and Hollywood, it's this man. Be on the Kino Mark. Drama that's easy enough to sit through, but difficult to feel. A film from Friday Partner. A film beautiful in appearance and content. A rare combination of beauty and wisdom from Southern Night. Fun times. We've seen better. The Bone Grinder, a film sure to boil the blood of the normal moviegoer, while the true connoisseur sheds bitter tears. What a shame that such films aren't an emerging trend, and rather cast off as a mistake. Clifford, our distribution department. I'm going to say speed up with money. Get that up to 20%. Overheads learned something. Coleman's maxed out. Not that he's going to write for us again. The most expensive film to date, 1.3. And I do want to check. Yeah, Coleman doesn't show up here. He's not going to be doing anything else for us. The last merry fellow on Earth. Ready for production. Not very artistically significant. We're going to say no service. Pick up one of our 1 stars. Security. And continue along. We need to put another film into... And it's going to be the Amber Tier, right? That was our plan. Let's get through the first week of Flat Bottom. Wilfred. Create. I mean, we can't create any of these, so research a new recipe, Wilfred. And first week of Flat Bottom. Congress has ratified the 21st Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, repealing Prohibition. All federal restrictions on the sale and consumption of alcohol today have been lifted. Flat Bottom made its money back on the first week. I should have put in more. I only put in 14,000. So the Amber Tier, it's not nearly as good. Flat Bottom was 6.5 star. Okay, so maybe it was. So the Amber Tier, we want 15,000 to start off with. So we're going to go 7500 is 15,000 screenings. I'm going to do 2,500 the next, and again 0 after that. The cheap Film producers organize advertising from the start again. We can't pay for... let go. Young men, not for girls. So, young men... young intellectuals... newspapers, billboards. Apply that. Confirm. And let me check our actors right now. Peter Holland is up. 1, 2. We got a number of available men. If we go to our script writers and check to buy a script, I just want to look at script with with women because we have a bunch of women who have no work to do. Let's get between me and the devil only rolling because I don't know how long we're going to have to be allowed to shoot this, be allowed to release that. It may be possible that we're gonna run up to the date and we're gonna finish this. Okay, not... I don't know how to get that back. Cinematographers. Harry, you're gonna prefer to shoot on location anyways. You don't need a soundstage if you're shooting the entire thing on location. Filming tech, sound tech. All of that's gonna be the same as usual. As a producer, as for our producers, Carl and Kenneth, and then wait, hold on, didn't we have Peter Holland? Why won't you be on this film? Wait, hold on. Peter Holland. I forgot. Criminal Mastermind, Gabrielle. I stamp this film ready to start pre-production. And we'll go actors. I go Sally Neal. If I go, I need a script that has a woman and we're gonna scrap this, so I'm just clicking through this. Sally Neal, you're not working on anything. Okay, well, I'm gonna cancel this, and then let me say, I can't fire you, can I? Because you're an actor? Contract says 3 years. Sally Neal's says 3 years. I guess they're just perpetually broken? Like there's just nothing I can ever do to recover? Also, I'm wondering why everyone's starting to develop, like, filmographies that, like, have nothing attached to them. Well, if you know how to fix that. Unfortunate that that seems to be just broken. But the game is in early access. If we just have a couple of actors, because actors, we pay the actors up front. So if there's just a couple of actors who have nothing to do, they can't be assigned to anything, it doesn't actually cost us money continuously. Well, except, do they have health insurance? Well, if they cost us money that way, it's a fairly minimal amount. Maybe they'll die. I mean, maybe they'll die and then they'll be off of our set. Should I do something to piss them off? Will they quit that way? If you have ideas, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I'm recording this quite a bit ahead of time so that I have more of a backlog because I've been really bad about it and it's a large part of what killed my early drive and why I had to take a hiatus for a while a month or two back. But you know, if you have ideas, leave them in the comments. Hopefully you've left them earlier because I don't know when I'm gonna get back around to this, but it'll probably be sometime because I'm gonna stop recording. I'm gonna look to see if this is a known problem. I didn't look last time. Maybe I should have already done so, but I didn't. In any case, if you've enjoyed this Let's Play so far, go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time where we will continue playing Hollywood Animal.